Morning! We're going to be practicing Fitness Pilates. So we're going to start with your perfect posture. Starting off at your feet, turn your toes out and then turn your heels out. So now your feet are underneath your hips. So we're going to roll the body weight onto your toes and then onto your heels. Onto your toes and onto your heels. Feeling the body weight move onto the front of the feet and then onto the back of the feet. Then find the centre, lift through the arches, spread the toes and press them down into the floor. Then moving up through the legs, pull the knees into the legs, and then relax. Pull them in and then relax. Pull them in and relax. And finally pull them in. Feel the front of the legs start to squeeze and contract. Then placing your hands onto your hips. Roll the tailbone under, pull the pelvis forward, then take it back. Roll it under, then take it back. Roll it under and take it back. So if all the way forward is 100% and all the way back is 0%, find halfway. Pull in lower tummy. Imagine you're zipping up the front of your tummy and zipping down the back. And imagine there's a piece of string connecting your tummy button to your spine. Make the piece of string smaller. Lift up through the spine as if somebody's pulling you up towards the sky, and place your hands onto your ribcage. So now take a deep breath in. Feel the ribcage expand, and then as you breathe out, feel the core muscles and this corset of muscles start to tighten. Take a deep breath in, and when you breathe out, tighten the corset even further. Then roll the shoulders and lengthen down through the fingertips. Feel the gap between your shoulders and your ears. Roll the shoulders backwards again, and again, and again, and again. And then rolling them forwards. Perfect. So then we're going to move on to arm circles, taking your arms backwards, forwards and down. Keep the tummy muscles engaged, keep squeezing the fronts of your thighs, keep your buttocks squeezing as well as if you're holding onto a $50 note. And then moving your arms backwards, back as far as they can go and then down. Squeeze in between the shoulder blades. Remember to keep breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. So now we're going to add in a squat. Arm circle, bending the knees, taking the hips down now, keeping the weight onto the back of the feet as your arms come forward. As you push through the heels, your arms come up, back and down. Bring your arms forward, keep the weight onto the heels. Remember to keep a gap between your knees. You want to have a straight line from the ankles through the knees up to the hips. Push through the heels to come up, reach up nice and high. We've got 2 more to go. Reaching up, and 1 more. Good, perfect. So we're going to take the hands onto the hips now. Your hands' job is to make sure your hips stay level as you take it back into a donkey kick. Back into the squat and changing legs. Taking it down into the squat, changing legs. So you want to try and keep the line between your hips level and equal. Take the squat down as low as you can, feeling comfortable that you're keeping control in the core muscles as well. Keep the back nice and straight. We've got 1 more on each side. Good, so now we're going to change it up. We're going to go to a donkey kick into a forward point. So we're just swiping the foot along the floor and lifting the foot up behind and then in front. Remember to keep your hips as level as you can. Keep lifted through the spine, keep the tummy muscles engaged. Moving on to make this harder, lift the knee, dropping it down, swiping back, lifting the knee, dropping it down, swiping it back. 2 more times. Trying to keep level and balanced. And 1 more time. So we're going to make this a bit harder. Taking the knee out to the side, drop, take it back. Swooping it forward, up, out to the side. So we're keeping the knees level, keeping the hips level. As the knee goes out to the side, your hips stay pointing forward. So you're really squeezing and warming up the glute medius here, wrapping around. We're going to do this 1 more time. This leg's probably getting quite tired now too, but we're going to make it a bit harder. We're going to take it around in a rondation. We're going to take it through and up, out to the side, forward, down, around in a circle, up, out to the side, forward, down, around in a circle, up. All my hips are warming up quite nicely, this is good. And we're going to do it 1 more time. Up, out to the side, forward and down. Walk through the heels, give your hips a little bit of a shake, and then go back into your perfect posture. Think through, starting from the feet all the way up to the head, what you need to do for your perfect posture. Squeezing in the knees, making sure your pelvis is at 50%. Squeezing the glutes, grabbing hold of that $50 note, pulling up through the core muscles and up through the spine. Moving on to the other side, we're going to go into the donkey kick behind and then swooping it forward. Oh, my foot's a bit clammy. Taking it behind, swooping it forward. Taking it behind and swooping it forward. And one more time, keeping the hips level as you can. Lift the knee, drop and swoop it behind. Lift the knee, drop and swoop it behind. Lift. Good. I'm going to do one more time. Taking the knee out to the side, drop and swoop. Oh, I lost it. Forward, up, out to the side and down. Good. 2 more. Remember to keep breathing. Breathe in and then take it back. Breathe out. Breathe in. Good. Adding in your rond de jambe. Taking it behind. Forward. So the secret is to keep the hips level and facing forward all the time. So you can really keep the core muscles deep and stabilizing. We're going to do 2 more exactly like this. This right hip's definitely warming up nicely. And this left hip's nice and tight too. This is good. Dropping it down, taking it behind, coming back to your start position and just walk through the heels. Move your hips around. Perfect. Alright, so now moving on to section 2, and we're going to start with our feet out nice and wide. Your toes are pointing to the corners of the room, and think about your perfect posture again. Where's the balance or where's the weight on your feet? Make sure it's central. Lift up through the knees, squeeze the glutes together as if you're grabbing hold of that £50 note. Place your hands onto your hips. Lift up through the rib cage, expand the chest, roll the shoulders and lengthen them down. So we're going to go down into a squat, bending the knees, keeping the weight onto the heels, and then push through the heels to come back up again. Bend and push, bend and push. 2 more and 1 more. Then we're going to add in an abduction, taking it to the side, bend. So we're alternating the sides. Try and lift the foot up off the floor as you're coming up out of your squat to really get the legs to work and build the stabilizing muscles. We've got 1 more on each side. So right leg's going to come out, in, ooh, squat, push, squat and push, squat, and 1 more, squat, hold it here, balance, 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 keep the toe muscles engaged, arms come up. So now this is your Y position where you're making a star shape. So from here you want to bring the knee to meet the elbow and then extend. Knee to meet the elbow and then extend. We're going to do 2 more. Knee to meet the elbow and extend. And 1 more. Elbow and extend. Drop it down. Alternating again. So squat, extend, squat, extend, squat, extend. 1 more. Good. Squat and extend the left leg, holding it here. Take the arms up nice and wide and balance. So your progression from here is to bring the knee to the elbow and then extend. So you're squeezing the obliques, squeeze in, breathe in to release. Breathe out, in, and 1 more. In, place the foot down and relax. So now we're going to take the feet out a little bit wider, taking your hands up towards the sky, with your index finger pointing upwards. Lift up through the spine. We're going to turn to face the left. Drop down from the hips. Swoop your hands along the floor. Then come up to the left. Lean back. Then go down to the right. Along the floor. Up the left. And leaning back. 1 more on each side. Along the floor. Lifting up. And back. And 1 more time. Up and back. Okay, you're ready for section 3. So we're going to start with the left foot forward. Take a nice big step and then lift off the right heel. Place your hands onto your hips and you're going to bend both knees. So as you bend it down, come back up. If you find a lunge too painful, you can always just keep in this position but lift up the front toe. So we're going to lunge and lift. Lunge and lift. Level 2 of this exercise, we're going to lunge and lift the knee. Lunge and lift the knee. 2 more just like this. Then we're going to hug the knee in. Lunge, lift the knee. Lunge and lift the knee. Lunge, lift the knee. 1 more. Level 3. Arms come up above the head. And do 2 more just like this. And 1 more. Well done. And relax. Moving on to the other side. Taking the left foot back this time. Lift, heel is lifted. Again, you've got your options. You can either keep it here. If you don't want to do your lunge, you just bring the knee forward. If you do want to do the lunge, we're going to start off by lunging first. Make sure your hips are level. Taking your hips down towards the floor and push. Down and push. 2 more. And 1 more. Level 2, lifting the knee. Lift. Bend and lift. Bend, try and balance, keep lifted through the spine. Level 2A, lifting the knee up. Hug it into the body, big squeeze. 2 more. And 1 more. Level 3, lifting the arms up. Lunge and lift. Lunge and lift. Lunge and lift. Relax. Easy, right? Moving on to level 4. So you're going to stand at the back of the mat, with the mat in front of you. Take a deep breath in, control the breath. When you breathe out, bring your hands down. Breathe in, lift the hip. Breathe out, bringing your hands down. And 1 more time. So you're trying to control the breath, breathing into the rib cage or the chest, breathing out, bringing your hands down. Then, take a deep breath in at the top. As you breathe out, tuck the chin to the chest and roll down through the vertebrae 1 by 1. Peeling down, letting your arms become heavy. Your head is heavy also, dropping down at the floor. And then from here, slowly rolling up through the spine, so your head is the last thing to come up. Take a deep breath in, hands come up towards the sky. Breathe out, chin to the chest, rolling down, 1 vertebrae at a time. Hands come down towards the floor. Then rolling up bit by bit, taking a deep breath in at the top. Last time, breathing out, chin to the chest. Keep breathing out, keep breathing out, keep breathing out. Relax at the bottom, let your head become heavy. Now you can have the knees bent if you want to, or you can keep them extended, whatever feels comfortable, but try to keep the weight on your toes. And from here, we're going to take the hands over to the right, and over to the left. Over to the right, and over to the left. Then bend the knees slightly. We're going to walk the hands out into an inchworm, into your plank, lowering the hips, squeeze the tummy muscles into your body, pull the tummy button into your spine. It's your perfect posture, but horizontal. Then walk your hands back in to a forward fold, and slowly rolling back up. Take a deep breath in at the top. We're going to do 1 more. Chin to chest, rolling down through the spine. Head comes down, hands come down. Walking out into your plank. Holding it here. Squeeze the glutes, pull the fronts of the knees in. Then we're going to walk the hands back in. But we're not going to roll up this time, we're just going to keep in your forward fold. And then we're going to take it back out again. Holding in your plank. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out. Bring the hands back in. And 1 more time. Taking the hands out into your plank. Holding it here. Taking a deep breath in. Breathing out. Good. So we're going to take the left knee to the left elbow. Right knee to the right elbow. Then walking your hands back in again. Then walking your hands back up. Holding it here. Right knee to right elbow. Left knee to left elbow. Then taking your hands back in to your forward fold. Then walking back out. Left knee to left elbow. Right knee to right elbow. Walking your hands back in. And last time, walking out. Right knee to right elbow. Left knee to left elbow. Holding it here. Taking the knees down and rest in child's pose. Okay, so then coming onto your knees, you've got 2 options here. You can either go onto your knees or onto your toes. It's completely your choice. If you're on your knees, try to keep a straight line from your knees to your shoulders. You're going to lower your chest down towards the floor. You're going to lift up the chest and you're going to push back into a downward facing dog, pushing the heels down onto the floor. Come back into your plank or with the knees down, lowering down towards the floor. Push up into an upward facing dog, then push back into a downward facing dog. Pushing the heels down towards the floor, enjoy the stretch. Back into your plank, slowly lower, pushing up. So for the extra challenge here, try not to let your chest touch the floor in between. Coming back into a plank, lowering down, lifting up, and pushing back. Then coming back into your plank, drop the knees down, keep the elbows tucked into your chest. We're going to bend the elbows and then push up. 3 more times, bend and push up. 2 more times, bend and push up. Keep the elbows hugging into your side and push up, and then sit back in your child's pose. Then coming back onto your all fours. So your knees are underneath your hips, your hands are underneath your shoulders. Your back is as flat as if you're balancing afternoon tea on your back. Take a deep breath in. The spine goes towards the sky. Breathe out. No. Breathe in, yeah. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And one more of each. Breathe in. And breathe out. Good, so we're going to move into Superman pose. So level 1, taking the arm out. So you want to try and keep afternoon tea balanced on your back. Take a deep breath in. As you extend, as you breathe out, extend the other arm. Now we're moving on to legs. Breathe in. Extend the left leg. Keep it afternoon tea level. Rest it down. Take a deep breath in. Extending the right leg. Breathing out, balancing afternoon tea. Okay, so this is level 1. You can keep going with this if you want to. Breathing in and then breathing out to extend. Moving through each limb, keeping afternoon tea balanced. If you find this easy or you want to have a challenge, you're going to take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, extend left arm and right leg. Holding it there until you run out of breath, then coming back in again. Breathing in, breathing out to extend the other side. Holding it there until you run out of breath, and then come back out again. And keep repeating this section. The breath is really important. As you breathe out, you'll notice that your corset will get tighter, your corset being your core muscles. So they're working harder to try and keep your body as balanced as possible. Level 3, taking the arm and leg out. We're going to take it out to the side, then we're going to come back in and drop it down. Extending out. Taking out to the side. Keeping afternoon tea level. We don't want to have any PIMs on the floor. Extending out to the side, forward and down. And one more time. Level 4 is coming up. What can level 4 be? We're going to extend. Look behind. You're going to lose afternoon tea, but try and keep it as still as possible. And drop it down. Changing sides. Out. Look behind. Tap heel and hand. Drop it down. One more time on each side. Extend. Reach around. Extend and drop it down. And last time. Extend. Reach around. Ooh! Extend and drop it down. Level 4, 5. I've lost count. Full plank. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, try to keep it as level as you can. Extend. Then drop it down. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out. Extend. Drop it down. Take a deep breath in. Extend to breathe out. Drop it down. Breathe in. Extend to breathe out. And drop it down. And relax in child's pose. Your back is flat. Your arms underneath your shoulders. Your knees are underneath your hips. You're going to extend the right leg. We're going to lift it up. Oh, fighting with the curtain. You're going to lift it up. Tap to the side. And then level. Tap over the left foot and then back to where you started. Over the left foot and back to where you started. Trying to keep the back as steady as you can, but trying to keep the hip as big a movement as possible. To make it harder, don't let your foot touch the floor. For 3, 2, 1, back in line, bend the knee, foot is flexed. So we're going to push the heel up towards the sky. Just take a little check of your body whilst you're here, make sure you're in line. Remember to keep breathing, tummy button into your spine, rib cage is lifted. For 3, 2, 1, and relaxing down. Changing sides. So just to realign your perfect posture, remember what to think about. Extending the left leg, tapping it over the right leg, then back into where it started. Over the right leg, back to where it started. Over the right leg, and back to where it started. One more time. Good, then lifting it up, bending the knee and flexing the foot. Pushing the heel towards the sky. Push, 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 push. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax it down. So from here we're going to move into your plank. This is level 1. If you want to make it harder, we're going to go into a full plank. We're going to take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, moving into a side plank. Take a deep breath in, breathe out, front plank. Breathe in, breathe out, side plank. Breathe in, breathe out, front plank. Breathe in, breathe out, side plank. Holding it here.